The most dangerous relationship problems don't come with arguments. No shouting, no fights, just silence. And somehow, you feel like it's your job to fix it. That's not love. That's psychological control. Welcome to Female Nature Revealed. Today, we explore relationship dynamics. Some of the most stressful moments in relationships aren't loud. There is no shouting, no clear conflict, just an overwhelming sense of tension that slowly builds up in the quiet spaces. Silence fills the room, accompanied by immense pressure and a deep sense of uncertainty that clouds your mind and your heart. And somehow, deep down, you feel like you are the one who has to fix whatever is broken in this moment. This video isn't about blaming anyone. It is about understanding the hidden patterns that quietly shift power and emotional balance daily. We will dive deep into the psychology behind these subtle behaviors and how they affect the foundation of your intimate relationships. By recognizing these patterns, you can protect your emotional well-being and maintain a healthier, more balanced dynamic with your romantic partner. Let's explore the 5 signs that someone might be playing games with your emotions, consciously or unconsciously, in your daily life. Navigating these emotional mazes can be exhausting, leaving you drained and questioning your own reality and worth within the romantic relationship. Before we delve into the specific signs, we need to understand the fundamental psychological framework that makes these emotional games effective. Humans are naturally wired with specific emotional needs and evolutionary drives that dictate how we respond to tension and perceived threats. From an evolutionary perspective, maintaining strong social connections was absolutely crucial for our survival, safety, and overall well-being in ancient times. Losing connection once meant losing safety. Therefore, we are biologically programmed to avoid rejection and reduce emotional uncertainty at all costs, which creates a key vulnerability within us. When connection feels threatened, we often prioritize restoring it, even at our own expense. We rush to fix the perceived problem, ignoring our own boundaries, simply because the anxiety of disconnection is too painful to bear. So we respond quickly to tension signals, our brains urging us to restore harmony and eliminate the terrifying prospect of emotional abandonment. This deep-seated fear is exactly what makes certain manipulative patterns so highly effective in shifting the balance of power and control. When you are constantly kept off balance, you become much easier to control, as your primary focus becomes regaining a stable footing. Now let us examine the 5 specific patterns that exploit these vulnerabilities, grouped by their psychological mechanisms and their relational impact. Group 1 focuses on withdrawal and uncertainty. The first major red flag is the frequent use of the infamous silent treatment. Communication suddenly stops. Emotional distance increases rapidly without any clear explanation, leaving you completely in the dark and feeling utterly isolated. This emotional withdrawal creates intense anxiety. It immediately triggers your innate repair behavior, pushing you to chase after the lost connection desperately. Psychologically, humans are highly sensitive to social exclusion. Silence doesn't just remove communication, it actively creates immense pressure to restore the connection. You find yourself apologizing for things you didn't do, just to break the unbearable silence and bring things back to normal again. It is a powerful form of emotional control that leverages your fear of abandonment to force compliance and secure your unyielding attention. Group 2 involves social comparison and competition. The second pattern is triangulation, a toxic tactic designed to make you feel easily replaceable. This involves constantly mentioning or involving a third person, making subtle comparisons or references that highlight someone else's perceived superior qualities. The effect is immediate. It activates deep insecurity and significantly increases your effort to regain your top position in her life. From an evolutionary layer, humans are highly sensitive to status competition. We instinctively fight to maintain our perceived value within our social hierarchy. Comparison shifts the dynamic entirely from connection to competition. You are no longer a partner, You are a contestant fighting for a prize. It forces you to constantly prove your worth, draining your energy and making you hyper-focused on pleasing her to beat the imaginary competition. Group 3 centers around pressure and forced decisions. The third dangerous pattern is the frequent use of extreme, relationship-threatening ultimatums. Do this, or the relationship ends. This tactic forces you to make critical decisions under immense, overwhelming emotional pressure and intense fear. The psychological effect is devastating. It drastically reduces your perceived autonomy, making you feel trapped and entirely controlled by her rigid demands. When decisions are forced in this manner, they often create mere compliance, not genuine connection or true, lasting resolution of underlying issues. A relationship built on ultimatums is a hostage situation. True love requires free will, not a gun pointed at the heart of the connection. Group 4 introduces role distortion. The fourth pattern is the insidious parent-child dynamic, where mutual respect is completely lost and hierarchy takes over. One partner becomes overly critical, controlling, and instructional, treating the other not as an equal adult, but as an incompetent, misbehaving child. This deeply toxic behavior shifts the relationship from an equal partnership to a rigid hierarchy, destroying intimacy and fostering deep-seated, quiet resentment. Here is a key insight. Romantic attraction tends to decline rapidly and permanently when fundamental equality disappears from the daily interactions. You cannot feel true passion for someone who constantly scolds you or manages your life as if you were entirely incapable of functioning alone. Group 5 is about intensity cycles. The fifth and final pattern is the exhausting roller coaster of love bombing, followed immediately by sharp withdrawal. It begins with intense attention, affection, and validation early on, making you feel like you are the absolute center of her entire universe. But this is quickly followed by unexplained distance, coldness, or harsh criticism, leaving you bewildered and desperately craving that initial high again. The brain effect is profound. It creates an intermittent reward loop, which is psychologically identical to the powerful patterns found in severe gambling addiction. The stark contrast between overwhelming intensity and sudden absence can create an incredibly strong, yet deeply unhealthy emotional attachment that is hard to break. You become addicted to the cycle, enduring the painful lows just to get a brief, fleeting taste of those intoxicating, manufactured emotional highs. Now, we must elevate our understanding. Why do these manipulative patterns work so effectively, even on highly intelligent and otherwise incredibly self-aware individuals? Because they directly trigger our core human operating systems, the primal fear of loss, the deep need for validation, and the desire for stability. The key mechanism here is that emotional uncertainty actually increases attachment. When we are unsure of where we stand, we cling much tighter. The evolutionary tie-in is clear. The brain prioritizes maintaining the connection, even when the relationship dynamic becomes severely unbalanced and actively harmful. Our ancestors survived by staying in the group. Your brain interprets relational instability as a literal threat to your physical survival and safety. So, your mind goes into overdrive, ignoring logic and reason, focusing solely on doing whatever it takes to secure the bond once again. Understanding this biological vulnerability is the very first step to breaking free from the cycle. It is not weakness, it is just human nature. So, what exactly should you do when you recognize these patterns? We need grounded, non-toxic advice to help you navigate this difficult situation. First, do not react impulsively to isolated moments. Instead, step back and observe the broader behavioral patterns over an extended period of time. Look for consistency in the manipulation. One bad day is just a bad day, but a repeating cycle is a clear, undeniable warning sign. You must maintain strict boundaries. Know exactly what behavior you will accept and what you absolutely will not tolerate under any circumstances whatsoever. Practice intense emotional regulation. When she pulls away or creates drama, Do not let your own emotions spike in a frantic response to hers. Above all, maintain your self-respect. Never compromise your core values or your dignity just to keep someone else comfortable or to avoid an argument. Here is the core principle to remember. You do not need to win the interaction. You simply need to stay firmly grounded within it. Let the emotional storm rage around you, but remain rooted in your own truth. Refuse to be swept up in the toxic whirlwind. Sometimes, the most powerful response to manipulation is simply choosing not to engage with it at all. Silence can be your strongest shield. As we reach our conclusion, let us define what a truly healthy relationship should actually look and feel like in your daily life. Healthy relationships feel inherently stable. There are no wild, unpredictable swings between intense affection and freezing cold distance that leave you constantly anxious. They are deeply respectful. Both partners treat each other as equals, valuing each other's opinions, feelings, and boundaries without resorting to childish power plays. And they are clear. Communication is open and honest. You never have to guess where you stand or what the other person is feeling. What a healthy relationship is not. It is not confusing. You should not need a psychology degree to understand your partner's daily moods. It is not pressured. Love should never feel like a hostage negotiation where you are constantly forced to surrender to unreasonable, harsh ultimatums. And it is not draining. A good partner adds energy to your life. They do not constantly siphon it away through endless, dramatic conflicts. You do not need to control the dynamic of the relationship, but you absolutely do need to recognize when it is no longer balanced. Walking away from a toxic game is not a defeat. It is a profound victory for your own mental health and future happiness. The strongest move you can possibly make isn't reacting angrily to the manipulation, playing their games, or begging for their fleeting conditional affection. It is knowing exactly when to step back, disengage entirely, and fiercely protect your own sense of self and your invaluable inner peace. Thank you for watching Female Nature Revealed. Remember your worth. Stay grounded, stay strong, and we will see you in the next video. Take these lessons to heart. Apply them to your life. Protect your energy and never settle for anything less than genuine, balanced love. Growth often requires leaving toxic environments behind. Trust your instincts. If something feels fundamentally wrong in the relationship, it probably is exactly that. Let your core values be your guiding light through the dark storms of emotional manipulation and confusing relational dynamics that threaten your peace. Cutting off toxic connections is like pruning a tree. It may seem harsh momentarily, but it is absolutely necessary for your long-term flourishing. You have the power to paint a new reality for yourself, one built on mutual respect, deep trust, and unshakable emotional security every day. A true partnership functions smoothly. When the gears grind constantly, it is a clear sign that the fundamental alignment is severely flawed. Use these painful experiences to forge a stronger, wiser version of yourself. Every toxic encounter is a lesson in what to avoid forever. Always let your internal compass guide you. Do not let someone else's chaotic emotional storms throw you off your true, chosen life path. Seek clarity and peace. A relationship should be a safe haven from the world's chaos, not the primary source of your daily anxiety. The knowledge you now possess is your ultimate armor. Wear it proudly and use it to defend your precious heart and vulnerable mind. Rise above the petty games and manipulation. You are meant for a love that elevates you, not one that constantly drags you down. The most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. Nurture it, fiercely protect it, and always honor its boundaries. You hold the key to your own emotional freedom. Do not hand that immense power over to someone who carelessly plays with your feelings. Clear away the toxic debris from your life. Make ample room for healthy, nurturing connections that truly respect and deeply value your authentic self. Shape your life and your relationships with intention and care. Do not let manipulative forces mold you into someone you do not recognize. Find beauty in tranquility. Drama and chaos are not signs of passionate love. They are glaring red flags of deeply ingrained relational dysfunction. Conquer your fear of being alone. It is far better to walk solo than to be constantly disrespected in a highly toxic romantic partnership. Be your own source of warmth and validation. When you are emotionally self-sufficient, manipulative tactics completely lose their dangerous power over your mind. Step away from the noise. Reconnect with yourself and your core values. Clarity always comes when you quiet the external chaos and simply listen. The truth of a relationship is found in its consistent patterns, not its fleeting apologies or empty promises. Trust what you consistently observe. Dive deep into your own psychology. Understand your triggers and vulnerabilities so that no one can ever exploit them against you again. Transformation is a painful process, but it leads to incredible freedom. Embrace the pain of letting go to experience the joy of true liberation. Tear down the mental walls that keep you trapped in toxic cycles. You deserve a love that feels like a safe, welcoming home. Focus heavily on your own personal growth and massive success. A fulfilling life is the absolute best shield against desperate emotional dependency. There is always hope for healthier, happier connections after the storm passes. But you must be willing to weather the rain to see it. Find your own rhythm in life. Do not let a manipulative partner constantly force you to dance to their chaotic, unpredictable, and exhausting tune. Be your own anchor. When the emotional seas get rough, rely on your own strength and unshakable core values to keep you perfectly steady. Refine your standards. Treat yourself like a precious gem and absolutely demand that others treat you with the exact same high level of respect. Walk the path of self-respect, even if it means walking alone for a while. The destination is worth every single difficult, lonely step. Let go of the need to control the outcome. Focus only on controlling your own actions, your boundaries, and your internal emotional state. Your time and emotional energy are your most valuable assets. Do not squander them on someone who views them as cheap toys to play with. Relationships require careful balance. If one person is constantly pulling blocks out without putting any back, the entire structure will inevitably crash down. There is a vast universe of healthy, loving people out there. Do not trap yourself in a tiny, dark room of manipulation and despair. Open yourself up to the possibility of genuine love. But first, you must fiercely clear out the toxic air from your current emotional environment. You can rise from the ashes of a deeply toxic relationship. You will emerge infinitely stronger, significantly wiser, and far more resilient than ever before. Embrace the profound peace that comes with strictly enforcing your boundaries. It is the ultimate act of radical self-love and essential self-preservation. Your peace of mind is sacred. Protect it fiercely against anyone who attempts to disturb it with their manipulative games and emotional chaos. Thank you for joining us on Female Nature Revealed. Remember, the strongest move isn't reacting. It's knowing when to step back and protect yourself.